So I have added a debug pointer. Now I will add watch. Will set a watch on error count. So I will click on this error count, add watch. Initially it's 0. You can see here that. So I have put the add watch here. You can see that the error count initial value is 0. You can see here. Now we'll move the each and every line of code. So this is the error. We can click step over. So it first it will check the length. We can see here also the length is 0, means this condition gets satisfied. It go inside this code and it updates the error count to 1. In same way it did for everything, and the total error count at last was 4. So on message box it display 4. Now I will type the data. Now I will type something here, select, and then something here. 0 means there is no error, means this is a simple way of validation. We can check whether we want to add it as we want to check the number of errors, like if it is mandatory and if you are not entering means it's error, validation fails. So here I have show you that how we can check the error counts. Now I will write another code here. If error count is equal to 0, then I will show the message that validation success. Now you can save data, else I will set all fields are mandatory. All fields are mandatory. I will run this application. We'll type something. Validation success. Now you can save data. So this is the simple data entry form I have created. Now I will open the SQL. SSMS is the shortcut key to open the SQL. So now I will create a database under my under this. So I will select 50 server. Galaxy 50 is the server name. We'll create a new database called data entry. New database. Or we can create from query analyzer also. So I will write create database, data entry. Just press F5. Database is created successfully. You can check here. Data entry is created. Now we'll create a table. So first, before that, I will use that database. Use data entry. Use data entry. Now you can see that the current database is changed to data entry. Now I will create a table to store that record. So create table sample entry. In that first I will put ID in identity 1,1 primary key. So what is this identity? This ID is that column name, integer is the data type, identity 1,1 means it's auto generated, means the first data will be 1, the second will be 2, third will be 3. So the ID will be the auto generated when you will put identity, and it apply only with the integer type data only. Then primary key I have set to avoid the duplication, since it will be not duplicated because the id is auto generated. Then also I have put the primary key. Then I will put first name varchar 40, last name varchar 40, gender varchar 6, maximum will be 6, date of birth it will be date time, and then contact number I will put it as varchar 10. So this is a simple table I have created. Now you can check the table is created. Select all from sample entry. So you can see here the table is created: id, first name, last name, gender, date of birth, and contact. Similarly, we have created form also: first name, last name, gender, date of birth, and contact. So now on click of this button, if the validation will pass, then we'll store this data here. So before that, we have to create the connection string. So I have created a simple application for the same. So what I will do is that I will put the server name here, Galaxy 50. Database name is data entry integrated true. So this is the connection string which is generated. So I will add application config file, add new, then I will add application configuration file, double click on it, do not need to rename. Then I will add app setting, add key constr, I give name to constr and value equal to this. So this is the connection string. The server equal to server name. Server name is nothing but the SQL database server name. This is the SQL database server name. Then database equal to data entry is nothing but the database name. Integrated security true means when you are running your application without any on window authentication, means without any user ID and password, then you can set as integrated security SSPI. So this is a connection string generated. To store the data, we'll see one by one step what we can do. First I will write a private void save data. The very first line is to the very first line in this to store the data is that you need to add so to save the data first we need to, what we have to do is that change the, get the names using system dot data dot SQL client. So we will use SQL client namespace, system data dot SQL client namespace to connect the database. So this is the namespace which we want to use. Please notice that. Then the next step is on click of this button I will call this method. So I will call, if the validation will true, then I will call a save method, means you can now save data will come, then this save data. Now we'll create try catch. Always remember you have to put this type of operation in try catch. Now SQL connection, the first line is to connect. The first thing what you have to do is to connect the data. So SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection, and here I want to pass that connection string. So for that I will using system dot configuration. Configuration is used to read the config file. So I have added a namespace using system dot configuration. So I will write configuration setting dot app setting. Then I will give the name. The name is constr. So I add here. Now we'll check whether we are able to open the connection or not. So connection dot open will check, and immediately I will close the connection, and I will give the message that connection succeed. So I will write here connection succeed. If any error occur, then I will show message error while connecting database. Please note I am just connecting the database, not storing the data. We'll do it later. So I am just checking whether the connection established successfully or not. So I will add some junk data here and save data validation. The first pass connection is succeeded, means this application able to connect to database successfully. Now let's do some tweak. I am just pass some wrong database name. I edit here. Now I will run. I will do same thing, save. Error while connecting database, cannot open database data entry requested by login failed. It's throw an error because I have put the wrong database, means this is a simple piece of code which is connecting to database. So hope you are now able to check whether how your application will connect the database. Now we have to write a command. So we'll write we'll comment this line, not required now. Now we'll write a SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command. Now to insert the data in the database, you must have at least a SQL knowledge. In this video I will not able to provide you the entire SQL knowledge, but only provide the basic SQL knowledge, that how to insert the data, select the data, update the data and delete the data. So to insert the data, what is the query? Insert into, and then table name, and then values, and need to pass the value. Like first name I will pass pass Amitabh, last name I pass Bachchan, gender I will pass male, date of birth I will pass 11 October 1970, contact number I will pass 10000. So this is the query. You can see that data stored successfully. So same query I want to call from here also. So what I will do is that I have created a SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command, cmd dot command text equal to this. Now what I will do is this will be the first name. So I will create a parameter, so at the rate first name, at the rate last name, at the rate gender, at the rate date of birth, at the rate contact number. So this is the query which I have added here, command text. Now I will add the command parameter, cmd dot parameter dot add parameter name. So how to add cmd dot parameter dot add, and then have to type new SQL parameter, then we'll pass the parameter name, that is at the rate first name. Then what will the SQL type? SQL DB type. SQL DB type, SQL DB type dot varchar, like we have string in program, so in SQL it's a varchar dot value equal to txt first name dot text. So to use this SQL DB type, you need to add one more namespace called using system dot data. So I have added that. I need total 1 2 3 4 5 parameter. I have already add one. I will add 4. 1 2 3 4. I will change the name, last name, gender, date of birth, contact number, txt, last name, gender for gender will do it, for DTP, for date time I have DTP date dot value, contact number txt, contact number dot text. For gender, what I will do is if RDB female dot checked, I will try to string gender. If female is checked, then female. So I have put if RDB male dot check, then female, else male. So I have added this condition, and I will pass this gender here. Before that, passing the parameter, I have to set cmd dot so I have set the command here to execute, also pass the parameter. Now I will open the connection, con dot open, and then cmd dot execute non-query. So this is the method. When I will execute, data will get stored. It will also give you the message that data stored successfully, data stored successfully. And after that, what I want to do is I want to clear the form. So the reset button, I have already created this functionality. Just I will copy the code from here, and on click of save data after execution successfully, I will clear it. Now we'll check from the front end. We'll type Ritik, Roshan, male, 198, 6, contact number I will type anything, save. Validation success. Error while connecting database in connection property was not been initialized. So there was something error. Okay, I have not set the connection property. I will cmd dot connection equal to con. So I forget to pass the connection, so I have passed the connection here. Now alright, Ritik, Roshan, male, 1985, save. Data stored successfully. So we have successfully stored the data. Let's check in database. Yeah, you can see here that data stored successfully. So now just again see the functionality, what we require to save the data. First we need the SQL connection object to connect the database. So SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection, and then pass the your connection string which is coming from the app config file. Then SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command is the SQL command is used to execute the command. After that we need to pass this connection to this command. So I have passed the connection cmd connection equal to connection which is already initialized. then pass the statement cmd dot command text is this is the statement which we want to execute on behalf of this application on SQL Server. Then add the parameter, so I have add all the parameter and pass the value, then open the connection and then execute non-query method called to execute this query. The various execution are there, like execute dataset, execute non-connection, execute scalar. There are 3 types total and all have their different functionality. Execute non-query means it will execute the query and it will not return anything from SQL. Execute scalar means it will return single data, and execute data set will return the data set, means entire table. So these are the 3 execution modes available, so we'll see later on. After the command gets executed successfully, just show the message box dot show data stored successfully, and then write the code to clear the data. Hopes you understand this SQL connectivity in this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me question. So thank you for watching this video. In next video we will learn to how to update the data. I also will try to do some deletions, and also will do some selection also. So we'll see that in next video.